Bull and Young Calf, Boston Sports Podcast. We are here on game one of the Patriots regular season. I think this regular season, we are a bit more grounded than we were last season. All the hype of Mac Jones coming in. We did not anticipate the kick in the pants that we got last year, Dad. And I think we can both agree with that. But with that new approach, we can, I think, provide you guys with a bit more of an educated take, a more level headed take. So my dad has some topics he wants to touch on. Dad, how are we feeling going into this game? What do you want to discuss?
Oh, in our defense, really quick, we had Bill
Yeah.
O'Brien coming back as an offensive coordinator, so there was hope. Mac Jones had a great rookie year, so
Yep.
I felt we were justified to be optimistic. But anyway,
That's
that's in the
true.
past. Let's move on. It is game day, baby. And hey, we're not expected to do much, but it's always exciting. First game of the year.
Oh yeah.
And so what I wanted to start off on is today. Patriots are playing Cincinnati. Really simple, Matt. Here is my take. If I'm the Patriots coach and I had half a brain,
Yep.
this is what I would do.
You're Gerard
If I
Mayo.
was a Cincinnati coach and I had half a brain, this is what I do. Starting with Cincinnati's coach. If I was them, I would just simply stack the box on first and second down and
Yeah.
get Patriots in nothing but third and long
Yep.
situations. Based on and then they can't block. So if I'm the Patriots, I do the opposite. If I have half a brain and I'm Mayo and Van Pelt, I'm hardly ever running on first down because
Yep.
I guarantee you that is what Cincinnati
Want
is
you to do.
waiting for.
Yep.
Bailey running on first down, passing, play action, occasionally run on second, occasionally pass on second. Hey, if Brissett's going to go out there and throw 3 incomplete passes in a row, so be it. But I'm
Yes.
telling you now, I'm willing to bet Cincinnati, and they're not a great run stuffing team. They're going to stack that box after watching what they did in the preseason.
Now I'm
So,
curious, Dad.
what
Is
would you
that
do,
is
Matt?
that is that you like yourself, or do you think maybe there's some Bill Belichick influence there? Because it sounds like a Bill Belichick game plan, right? Trying to make somebody on the other team beat you that you're confident can't beat you. And I think that player is Jacoby Brissett. He gave us no reason, gave the NFL no reason to believe that he was a factor in the preseason, right? So I I really like that game plan. I think that game plan, like you said, is the the what's like the dunk, free lane. So I
Yeah.
it's hard to argue. Like,
Subliminally, Matt, I
yeah,
mean, it might be from Belichick. I didn't think of
yeah,
Belichick when I came up with that,
yeah,
with my take there, but it could be like a subliminal thing from all those years around, the
yeah.
hoodie. So, what
No,
about you,
and
Matt? Anything you would
no,
do?
uh, it's tough, right? Because I think you stole my thunder a little bit. I think the biggest thing is I would make the Patriots beat you in the trenches, right? Especially on the offensive side. On the defensive side, that's a big curveball, right? Because, I would challenge Gonzalez early. I would check, Jamar
Mm,
Chase. I don't know who we're going to have on him, but I think that will dictate a lot of this game. If Gonzalez lets up a big throw, I think shying away from Gonzalez and treating him like the player he was before he went out last year would be a big detriment to the Bengals. So hopefully they challenge him, because I think, like, I understand Gonzalez is not a rookie, Dad, but do you think he's fully a second year player at this point, or do you still have some rookie concerns for him?
no, there were concerns, especially with the reports out of training
Yeah.
camp. I like that one, Matt. I don't know. Did they stick him right on Chase? Who I guess is playing today. That again, not to go back to the hoodie, but they might
Yeah, yeah.
borrow one of the hoodie's old
Yes,
strategies where they double chase and put Gonzalez on their second best
exactly.
receiver because
That's gonna
Higgins
be a
is not
big
playing today.
question. I'm very curious.
Yeah, but
Are we
I'd
going
like
to
to see.
see are we gonna see a lot of Bill Belichickisms, right? And that would be the number one, not putting your best corner on the best guy, but saying, "You know what? We're gonna put Gonzalez on Higgins, and then we're going to put, I don't know, Austin or whatever our second. I don't think John Jones. I think he more does the slot, right? Put him on Ace with, one of our safeties over the top, like Duggar.
Yeah.
That's. I think this game is going to tell us a lot about Mayo, right? Is he going to do what the Belichick has always done, especially on the defensive side of the ball, or is he going to bring his new twist into it? So I'm very curious. And then, Dad, do you think Alex Van Pelt has a bunch of things up his sleeve, and he was hiding stuff in the preseason, or do you think we kind of saw what we were getting into in the preseason? Do you have any extra hope or faith there?
Well, no one shows anything in the preseason, so I'm sure we're going to see a much different looking offense than we did.
Nice.
But here's the shameful part, Matt. the great thing about the NFL is there's almost always one team that comes out of nowhere
Yep.
and makes noise and can possibly even win the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's not the Patriots this year. The Patriots did it in 2001.
Yep.
No one expected them to do anything, and they pull off a miracle and win. The shameful part is if the Patriots just had an offensive line, you never know. There could be hope. You just don't. But with the offensive line being as decimated as it is, there's just no hope of that. But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean there isn't things to look forward to or things to get excited about. Because I'm telling you, Matt, I have one guarantee I want to put in place early. You will see Drake May as a starter now that they've named him the backup by game 5. Because with
Okay.
their tackles being so atrocious, bad tackle play leads to blindside hits. What does blindside hits lead to for quarterbacks?
Injuries. Injuries.
Injuries. He is not. I'm telling you now, Brissett is not going to last. By game 5, we are going to see Drake May. Hopefully, they don't get him killed. So that's excitement. Those are the exciting things to look forward to. But
Yeah.
we'll see what
Yeah.
Van Pelt schemes up, Matt. What do you
Yeah.
think?
No, I think, like you said, Brissett's older. He's not super old. But I mean, if you're Brissett, how much damage are you willing to take upon yourself? Brissett's not getting a starting job in this NFL again, right? I think he should be a career bench guy. If I'm Brissett, I don't know how much I even risk myself for a team that everyone's anticipating being the worst, in the NFL. So I think seeing May early, for a number of reasons. Number one, Brissett probably wanting to get out of that, torture chamber that's going to be our offensive line. And then number two, Brissett not performing. I mean, he has no incentive to perform well. Drake May is the quarterback next year, and I just, I mean, overall, Dad, I'm looking forward to the Drake May game. This game, we kind of had some hope with Jamar Chase being out, but I think we're just gonna get
Hmm.
run over. I'm really curious what our defense turns into this year. Are we going to be the defense that we had last year, where we were very stingy and our offense just weighed us down, or are we going to take a major step back? And I think Brissett's going to put this defense in a lot of rough situations, just like Mac Jones did. I don't see him driving the ball like you said. I see a lot of punts, and this defense is going to be tested against a really high power, very healthy offense. And they have a lot to prove, this Bengals team, because, Burrow was hurt last year. And I'm sure they're going to want to come out guns blazing, showing people they're still the Chiefs' number one competition.
One of my positive possible outlooks too is the defense. Now that Belichick's gone, Belichick, he was a defensive mind, but he was a conservative defensive guy. He was really big on defensive linemen, two gap in, never taking chances to get to the quarterback. He's
Yep.
gone now. Does Mayo, who had to hold back his defensive philosophies all these years, now that it's his team and he's got Covington underneath him, do we see some a different look on defense, more chances, more blitzing, more four defensive linemen trying to actually beat their blocker and taking some chance that, hey, they might leave an open lane for the quarterback to run through. But you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Sometimes it leads to a sack, and
Yep.
nothing kills a drive faster than a sack. You lose the down, you use the yards. I'm curious to see if if Mayo, was probably cuffed by Belichick for years with that conservative defensive game plan, do we get to see a new exciting defense for the Patriots? So that's they don't have the personnel with Barmore being out
Yeah.
to perform it probably, but I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we didn't see a lot of is guys taking chances, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Like the playmakers. And so I wonder if Duggar is going to be undercutting some routes. Maybe it might drive us crazy, but it might give us something exciting to look forward to, right? So I mean, we're playing with house money this season. We just want to see some really good plays, and we want to see growth. And these young wide receivers, I think they're, for me, Dad, one of the most important parts of this game. Do we get to see, you know, something from Baker, Chase, I mean, not Baker, I'm sorry, Baker and Polk, that makes us think like, hey, we got something for the future. So all season, I mean, we're not going to see too much May, but in the short term, we got Javon Baker and Jalen Polk to look forward to. Dad, do you have anything that you're looking out for this game to give you hope for the future? Not just like, hey, this might be exciting, but hope even though Drake May is not in there?
So my big thing I'm going to be looking for all year is Pop Douglas and Polk, by the end of the year, are we saying they have two legit number two receivers?
Yes.
I don't think either one of them is ever going to be a number one,
No.
but if they have two legit number two receivers in both of those guys, which I think they're capable of, I think their
Yep.
ceiling can be hit there. That is a big deal because the quest for the in the offseason is going to be getting a number one. They've
Yes.
already tried with Ayuk, they tried with Ridley. So if they can get two number two receivers to go with a number one next year, I mean, now you're cooking, right? When May finally gets in, ready
Yep.
to be the starter, two full training camps, year of experience under his belt. So I'm going to be all. I mean, Baker has just been on a slide. His performance had dropped drastically throughout camp. He had the social media thing. Like it just makes me question: does he have the right mindset to be a professional, to be committed, to work like he needs to? We'll see about Baker. From what I heard, something that 24 teams had him completely off their draft board. Like even if he slipped to the seventh
Because of
round,
his
they weren't
because of
taking
his
him.
personality stuff, right?
Yeah. So, Baker, I'm not as high on anymore, but I am about Polk, and I always have been about Pop Douglas. It's just a matter of can he stay on the field. So
Yep.
that's what I'm looking forward, Matt. Can those two prove to be number two receivers by the end of the year?
Yeah. And like we're super I think the biggest thing to look out for this game, guys, is Gonzalez. If that first test goes well, do we still have that electrifying rookie to be excited about? Because if he comes back again, he was a bright spot last year, Dad, right? I mean, by far and away, I think he was the player we were most excited to watch those first few weeks until he got hurt. So Christian Gonzalez, can you please not have just like pooped your pants over the summer? Because I think him and Drake May, and then of course the two wide receivers we just mentioned, are the people that I'm going to be looking out for, no doubt in my mind. And I'm really nervous about to make you scared me, Dad. I mean, have you heard any more smoke with that fire or no?
Well, you and I had Christian Gonzalez as, I think, defensive rookie of the year
Yes,
last year.
100%.
And it looked like we were on track for that. The first four games, he was making headlines. He was, he covered Tyreek Hill. Like he was like on pace for that. And then he had that bummer of an injury. And the reports were he did not have a good camp. So, hopefully not having a good camp. And if he gets burnt a few times in the beginning of the year, hopefully that humbles him. And he gets back to the what he was doing when he was on pace to be a lockdown corner. So, you know, it's not don't panic if you see him getting burnt. He might just need to be humbled a little bit and knock down a couple pegs before he bounces back. This is a good year for
Yeah.
everyone to just get better because there's not much expectations. I think we got a couple comments, man. I can't see them because of
We got at a
what do
minimum
they say?
we got Parlay with us. They're another local talk show. Listen, they
Oh,
give
I
it to
love
you.
those guys.
We love them. We love them here. Big fans of Parlay with us. If you want, similar stuff as us, same real. They don't try and rage bait you like Felgram as. They don't try and give you any BS. That podcast, you can find them on YouTube. Parlay with us. Great guys. So yeah, I mean, I completely agree, Dad. I think one thing we should probably talk about that as the game time gets closer so people can do this is putting their bets. So we did get our betting segment back on track. This if you
Mhm.
guys are out there and you have some time before game time, the bets of the day are the Colts plus
And Anthony Wilger, Matt,
the,
you got to give
Anthony Wilga.
you got to give Anthony his
I
props
gotta
here. This is our
I got
betting expert.
yes, and Parlay with us backing up true, man. Hey, Wilga's Basement Bets. You can find him on Wilg's Basement Bets. You can find him on on Twitter. I think he posts his NCAA bets, and this is his bets for the week. It's Colts +3. So the Colts are playing the division rival, the wagon that everyone is super excited about. This Texans team, right, Dad? And he's got the Colts
Mhm.
beating them +3. He also has uh, Raiders +3, and then the Bucks over 43.5, and then Sam Laporta 52.5. So you last year we were doing single bet parlay, no parlays, but this year he's coming in hot. He's super excited. He's been texting me, "Do you want to bet for Thursday? Do you want to bet for Friday?" So he's coming in with a little parlay for us. The podcast did put some money on it, and it looks like the odds are about 1,100 on FanDuel. So hopefully we can win some money. We're putting our money where our mouth is on this, so I'm really excited, Dad. Any thoughts on those bets? I know you don't keep too much up with the general league.
Yeah, no, I like most of them. I'm not crazy about the Colts one. I know Houston's everyone's darling team.
Yes.
Maybe Anthony knows something that they're not going to be as good as everyone thinks this year. So, but I it's a shame because there was word that Chase wasn't going to play. And man, if Chase and Higgins were out and the Patriots were still getting over a touchdown, I was gonna love that bet.
Yeah.
But I guess Chase is playing, so he's a difference maker, that dude. But he's the expert. I am not. Go with Anthony on this one.
Yes, go with
Absolutely.
Anthony. Hopefully you guys can win some money. I'm just so excited that football is here, and I'm going to be spending pretty much all day watching football. My wife is at a baby shower, so I mean they
Oh,
schedule
lucky you.
scheduled at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. The young calf's going to get a lot of
Oh,
gaming. So I'm super excited. So
yes. And we get
yeah,
some more comments up there.
we got more
So
comments. Am I not seeing Facebook comments? It looks like I can only see YouTube. Huh?
I mean, they're YouTube comments, I think. I don't
No,
know.
we
I
got
don't
one
know.
more.
Whatever
Parlay with
those
us.
comments are. Yes.
Okay, so we don't have any.
Those guys are great.
We don't have
No,
any.
no,
What's it
no,
called?
just on the other ones. Yeah.
No Facebook. But yeah, parlay with us. I don't know if you guys have any plays this week. I don't know what your thoughts are on this Patriots team. I see you've been doing, a lot of different content for the Patriots. So if you got anything, share it. I mean, anything from you, Dad? Any final thoughts on this
Well,
game?
I looked into my crystal ball
Yep.
and I'm telling like I put a lot of thought into this. And I'm trying to envision the future of where this team is going. And my prediction is the Patriots will be back in the Super Bowl next year.
Next year. Wow.
Next year, the Patriots will be back in the Super Bowl.
Oh my
Kraft is
goodness.
finally starting to feel the heat about being cheap. Okay. I feel like as much as we give Wolf crap, he did a pretty good job on the draft. And I feel like Kraft's going to force his hand and tell him, no, spend some money. They're going to
Okay.
be bad this year, record wise. They're
Yes.
going to get either the best or second best left tackle in the draft next year.
Okay.
That solves a huge problem right there.
Yep.
And they're going to have a ton of cap space. And there's a more high end wide receivers, DJ Metcalf, I'm talking to you, that are going to be available next year. And they get that. And if Pop Douglas and Polk prove to be legit number 2 receivers, and May has a left tackle, doesn't have to worry about his blind side. Christian Barmore comes back. They add, and then Keon White,
Yep.
who I'm expecting to take a step this year. Gonzalez, another year improved, and then
Oh
they add
man, I'm
another
getting
piece.
excited.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
yep.
like in Drake May, what we saw,
Listen.
they don't get him as long as they don't get him killed this year. I think the
Listen.
Patriots are going to be back in the Super Bowl next year.
I love it.
That's what the old bull saw in the in
So
the in the crystal ball.
our betting expert says you are taking crazy pills. So I think we might need Pete on here to counteract the level of positivity that's coming out of the old bull. And I didn't think I'd ever say it, but I do like it. Anthony, I don't know if you were here earlier, but my dad compared this team to the 2001 Patriots. They're just missing
It did
some
not.
offensive
That's a
some
lie.
offensive line players. He said that they could just surprise some people. So no, I I love the energy, Dad.
Leave it to you young kids to twist everything around. I said it's a shame that their offensive line wasn't at least competent because there always are one team every year that surprises in the NFL, and we're
Yep.
we're eliminated from that.
Jackson,
We don't
can't
even
talk about.
we don't even get that. We don't
Yes.
even get the hope of being that team because the offensive line is so bad.
Okay,
There's
I
no
like
way they could
this.
actually be competitive.
All right, Eric. Eric, level setting for us, Eric. Set the tone for the season. This is a different year for
Very smart.
New England fans.
Yes.
Instead of focusing on wins and rings, the fans can focus on the rebuild, rookies, draft, etc. Where do I suggest
Yes.
fans focus? Players or positions other than May, so that progress can be exciting. Eric, I love the level setting. Let people know, Eric, if we lose today, we'll live. There's nothing's wrong with that. The important thing is, do our young stars that align with Drake May's timeline look good? That's totally right, Eric. I love the take. Here's another level-headed take.
Eric's
These are
always he's
Yep,
a brilliant man. That's why he always kicks my ass in poker. Like he's just a
yep.
smart thinker. He knows what he's talking about. Trust Eric. That's what we'll look. It doesn't mean there's nothing to get excited about this year. We could be watching the future core of our new championship come to
Yep.
fruition this year. It's not going to translate to wins, but that's okay. You still want to be there at the beginning when you see, these future stars lead us to our next Super Bowl. You want to be there at the beginning, like, man, I remember that rookie year for this guy and he was flashing. I remember the second year for this guy when he became a true star. Like, it's still a lot to look forward to. So it's football.
Yep.
Football's fun.
Yeah,
So
football is
jump
fun.
on board.
And we have another important take here. This is Anthony sending you laughing emojis at your take. That's important that we let everybody know. Parlay with us likes your take. That's facts. I appreciate that. I'm sure the old Bull appreciates that. Commanders will get to the Super Bowl before the Pats. Hey, and if they do, and it's because Jaden Daniels, I want it on record that the Old Bull and Young Calf podcast was eyeing Jaden
Mm.
Daniels before pretty much anybody. So we wanted Jaden Daniels. We'll see.
My old hot take is he's going to be better than Caleb Williams and Drake May. I said that back before the draft even happened. So we'll
Yep.
see if that comes up for. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully Drake May is better than all of them.
Yep.
But
And we
Anthony, you're
good.
still my son. Don't think I won't put you in your place. Okay, don't make me ground you. All right,
Yep.
you're never too old to be grounded. So you respect your elders.
Yep. And Jeff Unknown's in here. Big day today for the Pats and the Lions. Jeff is for everybody who doesn't know, Jeff, we're gonna get more viewers with the football season, but Jeff is our NFC expert. He's our Lions fan that comes in, supports us. We support him, rooting for the Lions today. I would not be mad at a Lions Super Bowl as long as the Patriots beat them next year in the Super Bowl. I like the old Bull is predicting. That's all that matters to me. So the Lions have to win now because the next year is the Patriots year. You heard it here first from the old Bull.
I said they're making the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl next year, but I think the Patriots are actually going to make the Super Bowl next year. Yes.
So they want to know: is that a new hat, Dad? Did you upgrade your gear? No
It
Mac
is a
Jones
new
jersey.
hat.
No Mac Jones jersey.
I'm
New
not
hat.
no Mac Jones jersey. I'm not wearing that to jinx Drake May. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I have a new hat, and and before I invest in an authentic May jersey, I want him to. I want to get to his rookie year because I feel like I jinxed Mac Jones. I bought his jersey right out of the gate. So
Yeah.
I'm superstitious. So we'll see.
Yep.
And
And
parlay with us. I like Williams. I think Williams, May, and Jaden Daniels are all going to be really good. Something about Jaden Daniels, though, man. That guy, he's like a more accurate Lamar Jackson. He's like a better passing Lamar Jackson. And we all know how lethal Lamar Jackson can be. He just chokes at the bad times.
yep. Yeah. And we got Anthony here. My elder needs to be put in a nursing home with this Patriots positivity. Anthony, I'm already looking for nursing homes with no internet, bad cell phone service, and pickleball courts. That's all he needs. I'll just
That's
I'll
it.
just smuggle him there, and then we don't have to worry about him. He could just talk about the 2025 Patriots, 2025-26 Patriots to all his buddies. So I'm so excited. It's football Sunday, everybody. 1:00 games are about to start. Doesn't get much better than this. I know, we were kind of in the dog days for a bit with our sports podcast. And if you're not a sports podcaster, even if you're just a fan, it was really tough to get through this summer with almost nothing to watch. But here we are. We're on the
Yeah.
cusp of it. And I'm so excited. Everyone starts 0-0. The Patriots could win the Super Bowl this year. They're probably not, but we're equal.
And we
0-0
get a
right
post
now.
game.
Yes.
Don't forget, we're going to be on. We're going to do a quick post game afterwards. Jump on that, chime in. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully they shock us. Hopefully we see a lot of positive things and minimal negative things, and we'll talk about it right after the game. And then after the post game, the old bull's going to start stretching. He's going to start getting ready because he's first singles pickleball tournament here
Yes.
in Tampa. So I'm
There
going
you
to have
go.
to get ready for that after at 6 p.m. tonight. So I'm
Yep.
excited for that.
Yep. So thanks everybody for your time. I think we probably should end it here. I got to go make some bets. I got to go make sure I get everything going for this for this time. I'm gonna be able to watch some games. So I hope everybody has a good rest of their evening. Go Patriots, and if you're gambling today, go your bets. Hopefully you win. You get some money.